Nova Guest List Podcast
with Kieran McGuinness.
The very best in indie, alternative and homegrown music from the seriously addictive Radio Nova.
This is Radio Nova. This is the all-Irish hour. What we do is we try and play stuff that you love and you know, and we try and introduce you to things that you may love and you may fall in love with in a little while. So one of the amazing acts that you may fall in love with over the course of the show is the Sentimental Tourists, which is the new project of Paul Page, the incredible musician behind Whippin' Boy, one of the musicians behind Whippin' Boy, and he's here with us now. How are you doing, Paul?
I'm good, Kieran. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm delighted to have you in studio. I am reflecting in the glow of an Irish music legend right now, and it's very warm, so it's good. So you're back doing music again after a long time.
Yeah, 20 years. It's kind of all happened really quickly. Just around November last year, I just started playing the guitar again. Just got that itch to try and do something creative again, and I reached out to Dave for some advice on how I'd go about recording, a home recording, and Dave kept in touch and kept prodding away. And then
this is Dave Long, songwriter behind the amazing Into Paradise. I'm assuming there's a big network of Irish bands, and they all talk to each other in various that's what it sounds like, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, Dave, we go back years. Like, I remember playing gigs with Dave and Into Paradise in the Underground on Dame Street. So we've kind of kept in touch. And as I said, yeah, he reached out to me around June this year and said, would you try putting some guitars on this track? Sent the track to me, and it kind of snowballed from there.
It was just a perfect time for you to kind of come back together again. And as well, Whippin' Boy, of course, is what a lot of people would know you from. Just incredible act. One of my favourite albums. I remember I went on a J1 in the early 2000s and I brought 4 albums with me. My Buddy Valentine, Manic Street Preachers, I can't remember what the other one was, and Heartworm, and I just listened to it non-stop on the subways of New York, and it's just always just been one of my favourite albums ever, and it's just had a big anniversary.
Yeah, 30 years. It's hard to believe it's been 3 decades since that came out, but I think over the years, I've said this before, not many people bought the record at the time, but they did pass on, anyone who did buy it passed on their love of it to others, and it's just grown over those 3 decades. So there's probably more people into the band now than there was when we were around.
Yeah, like it's amazing. Yeah, I like fair play. Like it is an incredible album, and myself and my friends have kind of stupid jokes based around the album, like they build portholes for Bono kind of thing, if someone's getting above their station. But I know it's brilliant, and look, it's great to hear that new music is coming as well. And I do love that thing of like just doesn't matter. You get to always be a musician. Yeah. You just decide that you are, and you get to always just, the guitar's always there in the corner, and you can write a song tomorrow and it might be the best thing you've ever written. I love that. We're going to be chatting about the new, the second EP from the Sentimental Tourists, which is out now. We're going to talk about that in a little while, but first we're going to play some brand new music. Are you up on new Irish music? Do you care? Do you log in for that?
Yeah, I do. I'm kind of, my first love has always been guitar music, and it's just great to see so many. There's kind of a wave of guitar bands. Obviously, Fontaine's DC, Murder Capital, Gurriers,
Sprints. We were talking about earlier on. Yeah,
Sprints. Just so many great Irish bands at the moment, and I think it's seen as a lot healthier than it has been in a long time. Yeah,
it's brilliant. Well, why don't we play this? This is by May Kay. This is from her new album. It's her new single, Dating, and you're going to like this one. It's full of personality. It's brilliant. May Kay, new single here on Radio Nova. Yeah, Happiness Is Mine by Revelino on Radio Nova. A seminal 90s Irish act, Revelino. And speaking of seminal Irish 90s acts, we have Mr. Paul Page here, who has been in a few of those at this stage. So, Paul, Revelino, you chose that?
Yeah, I just think it's a brilliant song, one of the best of the 90s from an Irish band. We would have played with Revelino on a Heineken roller coaster tour back in 95. And just really good memories, brilliant gigs, all of shows around there.
Yeah, that scene at that time must have been unbelievable. Like obviously My Bloody Valentine. Would you have counted My Bloody Valentine as an Irish band at that stage, or not really?
Probably not. They'd kind of left Ireland, and I think they kind of aligned themselves more with the indie scene in the UK. But the Irish scene in the late 80s, early 90s was amazing. I mean, I've said this so many venues, so many great bands that people would never have even got to hear of. But we're just, you could go to a gig any night of the week and pretty much be guaranteed to see a good local band. So
yeah, class. Well, I think we're getting back there now. I think I think there's an insane kind of run at the moment. Yeah, it's amazing. So you started a new act, as I said, with Dave Long, obviously of another 90s seminal Irish band. It's called the Sentimental Tourists, and we're going to go deep on the new second EP, which is out now after this. It's Radio Nova.
Guest list
with Kieran McGuinness, Radio Nova.
Yeah, it's Kieran McGuinness, it's Radio Nova. This is the All Irish Hour, and we're very, very lucky because we're joined by Irish music legend Paul Page in person, in studio, and he's talking about his brand new act, I suppose, brand new release is the Sentimental Tourists, which he does with Dave Long from the amazing Into Paradise. Now, Paul, really, really enjoying the EPs. They came in and I was like, what's this, And I was fingers crossed, please let it not be terrible. And it was very good, so thank God for that. So the second EP is out now and it's called Living in Smoke Dreams, and the first one was a self-titled EP. So, I mean, it must be so unusual to kind of not be writing songs for 20 years and then suddenly you're horsing out the songs. I'm delighted with it. But there's 7 songs in 6 months when there has been none in the last couple of years. So, I mean, how did it just come at the right time and you just went, or was it like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm going to psych myself up and
Yeah, I'd love to say there was some kind of master plan, but literally it just happened. Like, Dave sent me one song to work on, then I sent him something back, and we just started this kind of this collaboration that just seemed to work. And Dave's really easy to work with. That was really important for both of us. That it had to be easy. We had this kind of, we're recording on 8-track recorders. It's very much lo-fi bedroom approach to recording, but it works for us, and it just makes it so easy for us to collaborate. We live in different areas of the country as well, which is an added difficulty. So we're doing this, sending tracks by email to work on, but it seems to work, and I'm really enjoying it. And I love the that lo-fi DIY approach. We're doing everything ourselves, which is really important, I think, for us at this stage. There's no game plan to, go out and tour or anything like that. It's just we want to write music and release it, and if people like it, that's great.
But it must be in your head somewhere that you're done. I'm done now. It's been 20 years. I'm done now. So there must be something it must be a strange feeling to have all this success and people saying, God, well done on the album, but you're going, no, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah, and I suppose I did think I was done, but I suppose if you're a musician, there's always that something niggling away in the background.
Yeah.
That urge to do something creative. And I lost it for a long time. Like, the guitar, to me, it was sitting in the corner and I'd rarely touch it. Just last year, I just got this impulse to pick it up again, and just ideas started to flow, and I just wanted to do something again. And it was just lucky that I met Dave, who is an incredible songwriter himself. So we've just worked really well together, and that's how we're writing so many songs, I think, because we work so well together.
And has it given you like a new kind of buzz? Like, is it? Yeah,
absolutely. I can't sleep sometimes. At night time I'm now thinking like a musician again, where the melodies are, you're thinking of ideas. Everything there's potential to make it into a song, which is something that I'd lost for a long time.
Oh, that's very exciting, isn't it? Yeah. Well, look, why don't we play something from the first EP? This song, I love this. When the Moment Comes. Can you give us a very brief little intro to this song?
Yeah, this would have been one of the first songs myself and Dave worked on. It was Dave's initial idea. He sent on the acoustic guitar and vocal, and we just built it from there. And I think it's one of the more popular songs that we've put out so far.
Yeah. When the Moment Comes, the Sentimental Tourists on Radio Nova. Yeah, that gorgeous guitar that you hear there is Paul Page playing with the Sentimental Tourists on Radio Nova. Love that one, When the Moment Comes. That's just one of those easy songs. It just sounds easy. It just sounds like it was always there. It's just like, that's an achievement, for one of your first songs to have that feeling. Yeah,
and I think the first 2 EPs, all of the songs kind of came like that. it was easy. You know, David send a riff or send a vocal melody. I'd put something on and send it back to him, and we just built them from there. So it's as I said, it being easy was a big part of what we didn't want anything that we were going to be spending ages trying to
craft, or you'd have to hammer it out. No, I get that. I totally get that. That was something I wanted to do with our new music as well. It was like, if I have to sit down and carve the rock out to find the song, I'll leave that. It's not what I want. I want it to feel easy. And I think there's a bit of experience of people being in bands as well. So the new EP is called Living in Smoke Dreams. It's 3 tracks. It was written and recorded in September 2005, and it was recorded on a Boss digital recorder. Fair play to you. It's a really nice EP. There's something, again, very easy about it. The song that jumped out to me was Living in Smoke Dreams, which is the 3rd track. Now, it is 5 minutes long, but look, we'll forgive that because it's so good. How did this song come about? There's a poetry to it, I suppose.
Oh, yeah, I think that's one of Dave's best lyrics of any of the songs we've done. Dave had that one, I think, knocking around on his hard drive for a couple of years, and he sent it to me, and I just put some guitars on it, and he really he loved what, how it was, just took it in a different direction. And then we got Jimmy Eady, who used to play guitar with Into Paradise. We got him to mix and master it, and he did an amazing job. Like, it is really, everything we do is very lo-fi, but Jimmy has given it sprinkled a bit of magic dust on it just to make it sound a little bit better and a little bit bigger sounding.
Yeah, it's very good. This is the new track from the new EP, Living in Smoke Dreams. You can get this on the Sentimental Tourists Bandcamp. Go there and get this song. This is Living in Smoke Dreams, new from the Sentimental Tourists. Dave Long and Paul Page. It's Radio Nova. Yeah, I love that. That is Living in Smoke Dreams, which is the title track on the brand new EP by the Sentimental Tourists. And it's gorgeous, atmospheric stuff, very, very soulful. It sounds like a band that have been around for a long time and are able, have a kind of an understanding of themselves, but it's only a brand new band, And it must be... I
think part of that's down to, I suppose, both of us have experience, and Dave's kept writing and recording, for the last 20 years. He's been doing great stuff. So,
It's amazing though. Like, I mean, it must give you, it must give you a new lease of life musically, as well as the kind of joy of, writing, just the reaction that, because there's some great reactions online I'm seeing to it,
It's amazing, yeah. I mean, as I said to you, we didn't set out with any kind of vision or any goal. We were just happy to put the music out, but to see, some nice reviews and just response on social media to the releases, it's very gratifying. Just after so long for me particularly, having been away from music for so long, to see that is just... It's amazing, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so if you'd like to ask Paul Page from the Sentimental Tourists and Whippin' Boy a question, 087 1818 100 is the text. Please do. I think you can ask Paul almost anything. Is that all right? Almost anything. Okay. There'll be a line somewhere and we'll have to figure out what that is. If you'd like to ask some question, as I say, drop them in now, 087 1818 100, or any comments on the music or anything like that. Let's have a chat. I already did get one text in. Into Paradise, my favourite Irish band ever, far superior to Whippin' Boy. I mean, that's straight into it there, into the gut.
I have to agree 100% with whoever that was.
Fantastic. If you'd like to get in touch, please do. Let's play something, another one of your choices, The Blades. I mean, is there any... Do you need to tell me why you played The Blades, apart from them being great?
Just a classic Irish pop band. They were... That song, Down Market, is a real favourite of mine, but this is a great track as well, Hot For You. So, yeah, they're just one of those bands I remember from growing up that were on the Dublin scene, and
still on the scene.
They play every December, I think.
Well, they played last night in Waterford, and I was like, "Geez, fair play!" It's amazing.
No, they're great bands.
Yeah, great band. Let's play it. Hot For You by The Blades on Nova. Hot For You by The Blades on Radio Nova. There you go. I mean, were The Blades? Were they touring at that time that you were playing, like in the early 90s, or were they?
It would have been, I think, a little bit before
they finished.
Time, yeah.
Well, there you go. And so that brings us to our next question. Briefly, I suppose, I might ask you, is there Sentimental Tourists, is there a plan for gigs? And what do you think? I assume you'll want to get out there and do something?
Yeah, we're playing the Bobstock Festival on Cape Clear in
Amazing.
July of 2026. That's the only gig we have penciled in. It's kind of difficult. I'm in Dublin and Dave is down in the south, so we don't really get to rehearse or even meet up. We only met up once since we started doing this, which is crazy. But
that's mad.
Yeah, but look, we'll see. It's not something that, I don't think we're going to be going out on, a
tour,
15-day tour anytime soon, but maybe one.
But you are available if anyone's listening.
Yeah.
Lindsay says, absolutely love that. We'll check out the Sentimental Tourists. So there you go. Thanks, Lindsay. Okay. So after this, we're going to do some questions. 087 1818 100 if you'd like to get in touch on text or WhatsApp. Drop them in now, and we're going to have a chat with Paul Page. And almost everything is considered text-wise. Radio Nova.
Nova.
Yeah, it's Kieran McGuinness, it's Radio Nova. You're back with the All Irish Hour. Now, we're still playing choices that Paul Page of Whipping Boy and the Sentimental Tourists have made, and he's chosen a band here called Gurriers, and very, very exciting band. Are they, would you say, your favourite kind of new Irish band out at the moment, or would you have a list?
Yeah, I think that Gurriers debut album was just really exciting. When I heard it first,
come and see, I think, yeah.
Come and see. I just thought it was just a really exciting guitar band. So they'd probably be my favourite act at the moment. Yeah,
they are brilliant. And do you know something? Going to see My Buddy Valentine recently, I think there is a little bit of that in there as well, and a bit of Fontaines and a bit of Sprints and all they shared. But yeah, I love this one. This one's called Nausea, and it's pretty good. And I think I was feeling it last night watching My Buddy Valentine as well. It's Radio Nova. This is Gurriers. Gurriers on Radio Nova, Nausea, and that was chosen by Paul Page, who is with us here tonight. Paul Page of Whipping Boy and the Sentimental Tourists, who've just released their new EP. Paul, you've got some questions in. If you'd like to ask a question to Paul, 087 1818 100 or 321 Kieran on Blue Sky, which we were both on Blue Sky. I'm not sure if everyone else is, but we are, and that's fine. So a couple of texts. Will I get the Whipping Boy one out of the way?
Go for it.
Okay. Will we see Mark and Swords, will we see Whipping Boy live anytime soon?
No, there's no plans at the moment, so
okay.
I don't think of any time soon at all.
You must be seeing all the other bands out there, putting cash in their pockets and then having a great time, and you're going...
Yeah, and we've had good offers to play again, but there has to be more to it than just the money side of it. So yeah, at the moment there's no plans.
Yeah, well, do you know what? I want to see the Sentimental Tourists, so looking forward to that. Good man, Paul. Good bows man. We had a little chat about bows in the song there.
For my sins.
Yeah. And do you go to many of the matches?
Yeah, I go every week to any home game, and quite a few of the away games as well. So I've been a member for a good few years now. So
yeah, it's a good
long
club.
Suffering at this stage.
Yeah, there's lots of good clubs, but I do think Bows, there's a lot of good stuff in there, and they do great stuff with Music Generation as well, which I'm involved in. Mick says, what's your favourite gig you've been to recently?
I would say For Those I Love at the Olympia. I thought that was outstanding. I think the album he released this year is probably one of the best albums of the year.
Yeah, it will be up there as one of the best albums of the year, I'd say.
Yeah, but that was probably my gig of the year as well, I think.
Yeah, it is amazing. Do you go to many gigs?
Not as many as I used to, but I try to go. I've probably been to 10 gigs in the last year, but I don't go to as many as I would have when I was younger.
Yeah. Well, same as myself. We're all getting older. I'm going to play some brand new music now. This is by a man called Kevin Herm Connolly. This is a song called Badder, and it's just a great song. And it sounds like, now listen to me, okay? This sounds like there's a vocalist that this sounds like, and I don't know. It makes me like it more, but I won't tell you who it is. You see who you think. This is Kevin Herm Connolly, and it's a brilliant song called Badder on Radio Nova.
I've been waiting a tree.
Yeah, I love that. That is Kevin Herm Connolly, brand new single from him called Badder. New music on Radio Nova. This is the Nova Guest List. We're here with Paul Page. Paul, have you enjoyed your time co-presenting the Nova Guest List?
Really enjoyed it, Kieran, and thanks for having me on.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you. The new EP by the Sentimental Tourists is a great listen. Go and check it out. You can find it on their Bandcamp. And you've got one more song to suggest, and no surprises. It's My Bloody Valentine. You were at the gig last night. I was at the gig last night. It was mad. Wasn't it mad?
It was mad. I saw them back in '92 in the SFX,
Yeah.
and you're guaranteed an ear-bleeding experience when you go and see My Bloody Valentine. And it was very loud last night.
Would they have been an influence on you?
Yeah, huge influence. Back in '92, I would have been listening to those first few EPs. The EP You Made Me Realise, I think, was when they started to really become the band they are now. So, big influence.
Please, your final job tonight is to introduce the last song here by My Bloody Valentine.
Yeah, so this is You Made Me Realise by My Bloody Valentine.
Thanks for coming in, Paul.
Thanks a million, Kieran.
The Nova Guest List Podcast with Kieran McGuinness. The very best in indie, alternative and homegrown music from the seriously addictive Radio Nova.